Now, William, let's look at, start off with the CFC Stanbic Holdings, which reported a 36.5% growth in its pre-tax profit for the first half of the year. Your analysis of this, of the company?
Well, first I would say it's a good performance given the environment in which they are working, the high interest rates, and they are not necessarily a regional bank. So, I mean, they are working in the domestic market, which has been quite fluid in the past few months. So, yes, it's something to talk about. However, that said, I think CFC Stanbic Bank is one of those banks in the market that you wouldn't really look at keenly. And reason being, to date, the return on assets is still quite low as compared to the other banks. I think it's less than 1% now. I'm yet to sit down with my mathematics and do where they are right now. But if I look at it, it's probably lying somewhere at 9%. Sorry, at 0.9%. That is considerably quite low. And so, yes, it has done well, but we are hoping for something much better.
Let's still stick with the banking sector, William, and it actually controls 57% of the day's trading. And Standard Chartered Bank of Kenya, has just come with an announcement this afternoon saying that it expects to raise 3.2 billion in new capital, and it's looking at, it's setting actually the stage for a rights issue. Your thoughts on this?
Now, the rights issue have not been quite something to go for in the country in the past few months. First, KQ did theirs, and it was a disaster. And then Diamond Trust Bank tried again their hand at it, and it wasn't as successful as. And Diamond Trust Bank has a special, unique kind of investors who are quite closed in together. So I think it's a good idea that Standard Chartered wants to expand, and they need more money for this. Their timing of coming into the market is quite something that you want to look at keenly and say, why now? Because the market has not been responding very well to rights issues.
Still staying on the rights issue, and NAC Bank is also one of the banks also currently having a rights issue which is going on. It's up 58% this year. Your thoughts on this counter?
Absolutely. I mean, well, the beauty of NIC Bank is it has a variety of products. There is the bank, the securities, and the investment bank, and of course they have very good relations with the ICA. So it's something that has more value than what you get on paper in terms of stability, and so. Given 58%, it's something you want to look at keenly. But yes, I would say that it's the rights issue is proving to be attractive in the market as opposed to the previous ones, and that's a good thing.
Let's in focus, William, and look at the Mumias Sugar. It's actually, we've seen demand outstripping supply at the counter, in the last few sessions. And, ahead of the full year announcement, which is expected anytime, either this week or next week, your thoughts on the counter?
Ken, I was looking at the graph of Mumias Sugar today, and it was something like it was down until sometime in February when it changed fortunes, and it's now up. It's amazing. It's like someone somewhere thinks the new CEO or has a sense of the magic wand to make a difference in Mumias. And so the confidence in Mumias arises first out of the fact that they have traditionally had very good management decisions. A and B, the sugar is the demand for sugar is always there, and their competition in the market is not playing at the same league as Mumias Sugar. But more importantly is right now, of course, you're looking at the half-year results, which are expected anytime soon. So investors are looking at getting a piece of the cake.
Still talking about investors, and you've seen them taking positions ahead of the full year earnings for the EABL, which is also expected to release the results in the last week of this month. And of course, there's the issue of the Serengeti in Tanzania. Are you a buyer of the EABL at the current price? I think it's been trading at quite a very good at a very good share price.
That's an interesting one. EABL, I mean, in the long term, EABL has a market in Kenya that will always make it a preferred brewer in the country. They have a sense of stability. They have a long history. Notwithstanding the competitive forces that are looking into coming into the market, EABL will always be there and will always get value out of the market. That said, is it something I want to look at keenly at the moment? Probably not. If I had my shares in EABL, I would not be excited to sell them or to dispose of them. However, I would look at other options.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much. We'll be keeping an eye on EABL, which is one of the biggest counters in the market. And that was William Odhiambo, who is a managing consultant with at Elim Consulting.